This is Colorado, the poster child of mountain state of the West. A lot of people will tell you this is the best place to see mountains in all of the western United States. Don't believe them. I love Colorado. I've spent the last 2 weeks here. I've had a ton of fun, but now it is time to head north to what I believe is a much, much better state. This is that trip. Today is my last day in Colorado. I've been here for about 2 weeks, checking things out, getting a couple van upgrades, and now I'm headed over to Wyoming and Idaho to host my next group van life trip. But before we leave, we have a very special obligation to do, and that is hike at least one more Colorado mountain. So I just stopped on the side of this little highway over here. We're out in no cell service country. And now we've got to go mountain climb up this thing just to honor the state, you know, because it's been so fun here. Before we go, however, I did say I got a few van upgrades, and I can show off a couple of these amazing things I got because it's changed my whole life in the van. First one is this Dometic cooler. I just opened it up. It's essentially a little mini lay-down fridge in the van, fully electric, hooks up to my little battery that I have back here. This is the plug. The plug goes around behind the sink and then plugs in back here. And this thing has like 39-degree weather in here. And it has like, I could store blueberries. I've been eating goat cheese like a fiend. I have never enjoyed cheese as much as I have right now. Goat cheese is the goat, man. All right, it is so delicious. And the second upgrade, open up the back of the van here. The big upgrade I got, you can see, is get all the blankets out of the way so you can see better. My new van rack down here. So I have this little rack this little thing that screws into the L tracks on the bottom of the van, and it has this little tooly rocky mount, bike mount. So the center of the bike goes right here. I just take the front tire off, and then my bike is stable back here under my bed in the back of my van. Massive upgrade. Now that you've seen that, it is time to head up the mountain. Top of the mountain right here. Check out this place. If you look over here, you can see this whole mountainside. The entire thing burned not that long ago. The whole thing's a skeleton forest. A lot of people see stuff like that and they think, oh my gosh, so terrible. All the poor animals, like we should have never let that happen. It's a dangerous thought process, okay? Because fire, just believe it or not, is one of the key ecosystem drivers for new life. And there's a lot of species that depend on fire to reproduce and survive. For example, lodgepole pine trees need fire to reproduce, so they have a resin that coats their cones, and it only releases their seeds when a little bit of fire comes and licks at the bottom of those pine cones, and it melts the resin, and all of a sudden the seeds drop down into new fertile soil after the fires come through and wiped out all the competition. Okay, time to head back down. That was the last hike in Colorado. Time to mobilize. Head to Wyoming. And there it is. Welcome to Wyoming. Unpopular opinion, but this is a better state than Colorado, and I'm gonna prove it. The thunder is rolling and the rain is starting, but I'm here in Wyoming and I'm very excited for it because even though this looks like vast plains out where I'm going to be sleeping tonight, There's the thunder. Over this hill, into these mountains, is one of the wilderness retreats of Wyoming. I'm going to show you all of it tomorrow. This is the Medicine Bow National Forest in Wyoming, and if you look around, you can see this place is every bit as spectacular as Colorado. I even think I like it a little bit more here because it's more dirt on the ground, a little less rocky. But I want you to pay attention to the thing that you don't see. I am one of 2 cars in the parking lot, and this is like a side-by-side. It doesn't even really count. Okay, so we have this whole place to ourselves. And that is why Wyoming is a better state than Colorado. Not only do I even like the ecosystem a little bit more, I didn't have anybody tailgating me on the way up here. I didn't have any sports cars zipping by me on the highway going 20 miles over the speed limit. I slept alone last night. Not a single car passed me on the road. I drove up here today. I saw like 3 other cars on the way up. And now we get to go enjoy the wild. Totally free. This is going to be great. We'll start with snagging the mountain bike out. Then I can come sit down right here with my little blueberry Greek yogurt bowl nearest picnic table. And think about how right everything is with the world right now. Oh my gosh, what a day. Time to hit the trail. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. Woo! saw one of the coolest animals. Oh my gosh. It's still close, so I'm trying to whisper. So I was just here at this little stream, gonna get a little drink off the bike, and a pine marten drops into the river right here and swims up the river like a little mountain otter. This thing, I've never seen one. I've never seen one in real life, like in the wild. And this thing, it moved. It was like a mermaid of the mountains, dude. Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. Wyoming's better than Colorado. Proof. I just made it to the spot I really wanted to show you here. I just got to make enough room for me and my bike to fit across the same bridge. Ah, no! And I made that maybe a little bit too complicated, but this is the spot I really wanted to show you. This is the miner's cabin. It's very interesting to be able to show off a little bit because the next evolution of van lifer tends to be homesteader, where people build their own places. I got to be careful, there's a lot of rusty nails, but they build bunk beds back here for the miners. I worked at a mine just over the hill. This was their cabin near a running water source, and it was super remote, so they only built it with materials they had on hand. And if you look closely, so you can see a couple nails they built the bunk beds with and things, but the outside of the cabin is actually put together with old newspaper clippings in mud, so it's like a paper mache mixture. You can see some of it right here. Okay, it's like a paper mache wooden cabin, and I'll show you the other side. Out here they were doing insulation, so they would get all these logs right here and they'd nail them to the outside of the logs, so they only have this mud mixture in the middle, and that's not great insulation, so they put this on the side as like an insulating barrier, and it gets my gears spinning. You know, it's like how simple this actually is to do and how cool lives you can live doing stuff like this. Now, will I be a homesteader? Who knows? But it's fun to think about as somebody who likes to be out here and wander and eventually does want a little bit more of a home base, because what kind of better spot could you ask for to come live in than out here in a little wooden cabin out here in the forest, even for a few months a year? This would be epic. Oh my gosh, could you dream up a more beautiful place than out here in the alpine lakes of Wyoming? The access, the beauty. I don't think you see anything quite as beautiful as this anywhere else right now. It's the kind of view that makes you almost like a little emotional. It's just like, how lucky am I to be alive?